It's the amplifier that won't stop giving. We've been here before, boys and girls. This is Mr. H's, what was a straight 6-bill. This thing's been here before. The last time it was here, it had speaker wire in the output transformers. And they tried to put SRF 3662s in it and couldn't get it to chooch. So Mr. H got this amp back, and then some other things happened, and then it went boom again and broke down. So he took it to a buddy of his, and then they went and they purchased 2879s, and they put them in there. They just they had a couple problems happen when they put them in there. Like this transistor down here at the end, I should have taken a picture of it, was put in upside down. Cut tab towards big transformers, you guys. See, check it out. So there's a cut tab on each one of these. It goes towards a big transformer, just so you guys know. So anyhow, he sent it back. He's like, man, this thing is so messed up. Help me out. I said, okay. He goes, put a 2290 driver section in it, 2 of them, and do my magic. So I spent a little bit of time totally dicking around with this amp. Let me show you why. So first things first, we went in and we changed out, because it was at one point a 1x6, right? And so the 1 pill section, I believe I bypassed it, but there was no transistor in the hole. As soon as I put the 2290 in there, I had to go and I had to change the wraps on the input transformer, change the wrap on the output transformer, add a couple capacitors, and then I had to change this capacitor on the input side. I got rid of this pad because I was able to get the input down correctly eventually. So, and I removed a bunch of other stuff. Here, let me grab the camera again. This is the pile of stuff that I had to take out of the box. We're going to come back around to this in a minute. I could not get the input tune to lay down. Add inductance, take away inductance, add capacitance, take away capacitance, add capacitance in another place. Change the input wraps to the right number of turns. So I broke it down and just isolated the 2 pill section. The 2 pill section was perfect. It was on the output side. So I went and I pulled each one of the input capacitors, good, pulled each one of the 330s, good, lifted each one of the 1000s, good, lifted each one of the 150s, good. I'm like, man, what the hell, it's only doing 800 watts. I couldn't get it to do more than 800 watts. Couldn't do it to get more than 800 watts. And then it dawns on me. It isn't the way that I left it the last time it was here, because every single thing has been taken apart and resoldered like 5 times on this box. So I thought, man, let's get right down to the basics and start looking at the small things. So I started looking at the output transformer. Well, at first I count the turns on the input transformer, and they were good. This is the same wire that was in it when it was here last time. But if I remember correctly, I rewired all of these and I used purple wire. So that's when my brain went, well, wait a minute. This had too many turns, this had too many turns, and this still had purple wire in it. I was like, ah. And it had too many turns. So I started at this end and I pulled a wrap out, and then I came to here and I pulled a wrap out. And I came to pull the wrap out of this one, and this mess comes sliding out of the inside of the transformer. That's like double heat shrinked. But it's broken in the middle and is kind of barely making contact. You can click it like a joint in the middle and it sticks. So I get the output turns correct. That means the circuit's not going to fall into resonance with the component. And then I changed the input tuning to the 6 pill section, and I'll be gobbledygooked and goddamned. Look at this. 5-watt slug in between the 2x6 and the 2950. And that's out without an attenuator on it. Now, Mr. H, listen to me when I say this to you, my friend. Please just send it back. If you have a problem with it in the future, just send it back. Don't. It'd be easier for me to repair it than you to take it to the other guy and then we figure out a bunch of stuff that was going on the inside of the box. So, as I'm working on this thing, it's sitting here and buzzing and howling, and I'm like, man, I got a piece of ferrite that's loose, because every time I go audio, it goes bzzz, bzzz. I'm like, what the shit is going on? So, I start putting my finger on things, or my screwdriver on stuff to hold it down, and I noticed if I press on the board real hard, it would stop. I was like, what the hell? So I pull my finger off and come back. I'm like, is the heat sink loose? I'm like, why did that even make any difference? Well, when I went to unplug one of the coax connectors here, because I was going to put it on the 955 to show it driving the 955, that bottom screw down there fell out. All right, give me just a second, we're going to cut to a picture. So the bottom screw fell out. I'm like, son of a bitch, this thing doesn't even have its ground connects at the coax connectors. So we got that replaced for you, Mr. H. But this old girl, burn up pill strips, very tacky solder work. It's back together and it's running good. I went ahead and I replaced this wire here to give it a little bit more mojo off the power strip going over to the input transformer or the output transformer on the 2-pill drive section. So gave it a little bit more mojo. Let's take a quick lap around the band here. Okay, so we got the 1000 watt in 2X, otherwise full deflection. Over here to the right is 2000 watts. The 50 between the 40 and the 60 is 1000 watts. We're going to end up at about 16 and some change. This is 1000 watt in average, 5 watt slug in reverse, back from the bird, 10,000 watt dummy load, running on 14.5 volts as always. We're going to use our 2950 to drive it, 5 watt slug in between the 2x6 and the 2950. Mr. H, check it out. Audio. Easily getting our 300 plus bird with only about 20 watts of drive. Check this out. I'll take this back to 1x. This computes to everybody's brain. Each one of them squares represents 10 watts. Okay, 20 watts of drive. In the corner. I'll play with peak watts. About 15 and some change, and we're on 14 volts right now at the moment. Now I know Mr. H. I know Mr. H well. This thing's gonna get volted. So, let's see, let's check our clock. In about 5 minutes from now, this thing's gonna be heading back this way because it blew up. Man, take it easy, bud. Only put a couple watts in this thing. Be nice to it, and it'll last you a little minute. Because each one of these transistors is $65 a whack, brother. You and I both know that. Now, if you're not going to volt it and you're going to run it in a 14 volt environment, and this isn't quite enough jizz and jazz for you, bud, we'll change these out, put 2879s in their spot. It'll hit these a little bit harder. You'll probably get about another, I don't know, 75, 80 bird, maybe 100 bird out of it, and you'll probably get another 150 watts PEP. But I know you. You're going to ride it hard and put it away wet. It's what you do. It's what you do. Well, Mr. H, this sloppy old girl, she's put all back together and ready to go run some more for you. I appreciate you sending this thing all the way up here and then being patient enough to wait a little bit for me to get around to being able to work on it. Thank you. Now, gentlemen, my name is BBI. without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Come check us out. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, of course. Just do what I do. I fix them boys and I send them right back out the door again. I don't care what you do to them. You put RF in, witchcraft happens, more RF comes out the other end. I'm your guy. I'll see you guys. Bye.